Buddha.
Namo Amitabha Buddha. So there is a quote famously attributed to Einstein which says that if there is any religion that could cope with modern scientific needs, it would be Buddhism. Although there may be some debate about whether Einstein actually said that, but what we could see is that recent scientific discoveries really resonate with what Buddha said 2,600 years ago really well. For instance, the existence of the multiverse that was discovered by scientists like Stephen Hawking, and Buddha has also described it in Mahayana sutras like the Avatamsaka Sutra a long time ago. Not only that, Buddha described it in even more details, much more details than what the scientists could have found, which I'll share in another video about Buddhist cosmology according to the Mahayana sutras. Also, the quantum physicists have also found there is actually no material. The material reality that perceived by our mind is simply a projection of our mind, and it's largely made up by emptiness. This Buddha has also said that all conditioned phenomena are illusions, and our mind creates the reality. Whatever the scientists have proved, Buddha was right, and not only that, Buddha could even describe it in much more greater details than what the scientists have found. And you may ask, how did Sakyamuni Buddha know about the truth? How did he know about the multiverse? How did he know that there is actually no material? How did he know that all conditioned phenomena are illusions? He had no equipment. He did not conduct any the so-called scientific experiments like the quantum physics nowadays. So science and Buddhism are both ways to discover the truth of life and the universe. But the difference is that Buddha went inside for the answers, whereas scientists, they look outside for the answers. So it's like they go opposite ways and try to discover the truth of life. And if the mind creates the reality, like what the quantum physicists have discovered and Buddha has said 2,600 years ago, then the source of what creates the reality is really our mind. It's the consciousness. So what Buddha did was he went inside to realize the true nature of the mind. If one is able to realize the true nature of the mind, then one is able to realize the true nature of reality. But whereas scientists did was that they look outside for answers. So they first observe the phenomena outside, and then they make up some conclusions, and then they observe more phenomena to sort of verify the conclusion. If one only looks outside for the answers, it will probably take much longer to discover the truth, or it will probably never reach the ultimate state of truth. It may reveal some aspects of the truth, but it may be extremely difficult and perhaps even impossible to reach the ultimate state of the truth. Because if we look outside just for phenomena, a lot of them are illusions, because we look through the mind that is imperfect. We are not looking through the mind of an enlightened state of mind. We look through with our own perceptions, our own attachment, our own separations, and it will blind them to actually perceive things as they are. Whereas Buddha first went inside of himself to realize the true nature of the mind, to be enlightened. And with this state of mind, one would be able to understand all phenomena and all the truths in the universe. This is actually a much faster way to look within for the answers, because what is outside comes from inside. The mind is everything, the consciousness is everything. The reality is a projection of the mind. So if we could realize the truth within, then we will understand the truth outside without going outside first to look at all this phenomena. Because if we have not realized the true state of the mind, if we just look outside for answers for all the phenomena, then we will be lost. We will only interpret it from our level of understanding, our level of consciousness, and our perceptions. So it is really difficult for scientists to actually realize the truth of the universe by seeking outside. What scientists should do is really to be like the Buddha, to meditate and try to realize a higher level of consciousness. When our consciousness shifts, and then our understanding of this reality will be more and more clearer. And when one becomes enlightened, realize the true nature of the mind, one will be able to realize all the truth of the universe. So at the level of the Buddha, one knows everything that happened in this universe. It sounds quite unbelievable and perhaps inconceivable with our current state of understanding. But that is really the state of the Buddha, and that is why how Buddha knows about Amitabha Buddha, knows about all these different worlds, and knows about Amitabha Buddha's Western Pure Land of Ultimate Bliss. Otherwise, there is no way that we could know. It's 10 trillion Buddha lands away from Earth. It's really far away. However, even if it's so far away, it is not away from the true nature of the mind. It is not away from our Buddha nature. So Buddha nature simply means our awakened nature, the ultimate state of enlightenment. When we realize this, we will be able to know everything that happens in the universe. I feel scientists should really conduct Buddhist science. Buddhism is really the highest science, the highest philosophy. Buddhism has revealed the truth of the universe and the truth of life, especially in Mahayana sutras. That is why enlightenment is worth everything, and that I feel is why we came here, to try to evolve into a higher level of consciousness. But because we are in the Dharma decline age, as told by Sakyamuni Buddha in the sutra, at this period, if we want to realize Buddhahood in one lifetime, the only way we could do is to first seek rebirth to Amitabha Buddha's Pure Land. In that way, we transcend the cycle of rebirth and death. Because if we are trapped in the cycle of rebirth and death, we will not be able to realize Buddhahood because the life is too short here. And then again, we go through reincarnation, we come back as a baby, and then we have to learn everything again. And impermanence could happen anytime, and again we die. Then we come back to learn everything again from the start, and then again die. So it will take forever for us to realize Buddhahood. But if we gain rebirth to the Pure Land, we will be able to trump death, trump impermanence. We will have infinite life, and we will be taught under the guidance of Amitabha Buddha and all the high level of bodhisattvas, highly enlightened beings. So there we will progress really quickly, and we will be able to realize Buddhahood very soon. And we have the ability to be in all different worlds, to spread Dharma, to help others to be awakened. That is why it's so important for us to practice Nyingpo, practice Amitabha chanting, and to seek rebirth to Amitabha Buddha's Pure Land in one lifetime. So may you be happy and free from suffering. Namo Amituofo.